Hello, everyone. How are you? And my name is Bernadette Henry, and I am back here with the third day or the third video of my series, Comeback Chronicles Day 3, Signs I Missed Along the Way. So welcome to Day 3, the Comeback Chronicles, my journey with the blood clot. Last week, or last video, week 2, we spoke about what led me to the emergency room. And basically I was talking about, feeling a lot of chest pain and not being able to sit, stand, walk, or lay comfortably. And me going to the emergency room instead of like taking a painkiller and going to sleep because my son had a football game that next day. Imagine if I took the pill, went to bed. We don't know the outcome. So glad that I went to the emergency room. So feel free to go back and check out that video. So today's topic is reflecting on the overlooked signs and the symptoms before my actual emergency room visit. Disclaimer, I just want to let you know that this video is not for medical advice. This is my personal experience. And I want you to consult your physician if the content in this video may trigger certain thoughts, feelings, or anything like that. This is from my experience only. I'm encouraging you to like, to comment, subscribe, and follow along this journey. So it's going to be a 30-day series, but I'm going to produce a video per week because I want you to get a span of my experience. So I was diagnosed on October 11th, and I'm taking you through doctor visits, me going back to the gym, my mental, emotional wellness. So I want it to be a span so that you can get some time to experience this journey. So about 4 months, I will be taking you on this journey. So I'm reflecting on why the missed signs are critical, not only for understanding my own journey, but for helping others. Recognizing patterns in your health that might need attention, early intervention is key and can save your life. So I'm just going to look at, in hindsight, of some of the symptoms that I may have missed. So as a busy mom, so basically I work full time, I'm in school part-time, I have a family, right? And in all of these things, sometimes we take for granted ourselves. And when we feel things or experience things, we're so worried about our family that sometimes we may not want to take care of ourselves. We may want to, okay, I need to tend to the kids. I need to cook. I need to do this. I need to do that. And these things sometimes trump our own health, which is not the right way to go, but is absolutely true. So I want to raise awareness for conditions like blood clots, which can sometimes present with vague or non-specific symptoms. So blood clots, particularly pulmonary embolisms, are a silent threat. According to the CDC, symptoms like shortness of breath, leg pain, and fatigue can indicate a potential clot, especially if they persist or worsen. So I'm going to talk about some signs that I missed along the way. Number 1, shortness of breath. So in hindsight, looking back, I realized that when, I have a 12-minute walk from the train, right? So I was noticing that when I was walking home, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the incident of me going to the hospital, I noticed that I was really getting short of breath walking home. And partially there was a lot of heat as well, and I'm going through perimenopause. So what I was doing was I was walking slower to avoid sweating a lot, but not paying attention to the shortness of breath. And I would, like I said, so shortness of breath can be a signal of a pulmonary embolism, especially if it worsens with minimal exertion. So there was also increased fatigue with walking up the stairs. So I was not able to walk up the stairs in my apartment building or in the subway without stopping, okay? And for me to be a person that I consider fit, I'm active, I go to the gym, I work out, I should not be breathing or panting heavily after walking up the stairs. I missed it. So pulmonary embolisms reduce oxygen flow to the lungs, making physical activity feel more strenuous. And then number 3, leg pain. So like a week or so prior to me going to the hospital, I noticed that I was having a lot of pain in my legs. Now for me, since I do work out, I attributed it to the spin class that I attended. I said, hey, she worked us really hard this week. So that's why I attributed that leg pain to. Pulmonary embolisms, they start in the legs, break off and go to the lung. And the time from leg to chest is not as long as I was made to believe by doctors, but I had a doctor explain to me today that it happens fairly quickly. Blood clots often start as deep vein thrombosis, DVT in legs. Watch for redness, swelling, or persistent pain, even if it seems minor. And then last but not least, I had unreasonable exhaustion. So I remember on that Monday of the week that I went to the hospital, I came straight home from work. I went straight to bed. I was so tired. And yes, like I said in the beginning of this video, I live a busy life. I'm a full-time employee, I'm a student, and I'm a parent. And I just listened to my body and I just went straight to bed. I was just like, sis, just go. I didn't recall staying up all weekend or not having ample amount of sleep. So I was just tired. I just went to bed, right? Which I didn't know. So fatigue can be a systemic warning sign of reduced oxygen flow or other serious health issues. That's insane. So I'm going to reflect. Now, in hindsight, these signs, all of these 4 symptoms, so let's go back: the shortness of breath, increased fatigue when climbing the stairs, leg pain, and unreasonable exhaustion. These were signs. But like I said, in previous videos, and I'll say it again, nobody walks around thinking, hey, I may have blood clots in my lungs. Nobody really thinks about these, but these were signals that I missed. And you have to trust your instincts when something feels off. So you know your body best. You have to pay attention. And when things feel off, do something about it. Don't ignore it, okay? You know your body best. So be proactive, recognizing patterns in your health and advocating for yourself in medical settings. For example, persistent symptoms like leg pain or shortness of breath should never be ignored. But going back to shortness of breath, when I presented to the emergency room, I wasn't like panting for breath or for air, which is usually what most people with pulmonary embolism do, and how doctors are usually able to detect that somebody has it. I didn't present that way in the emergency room, which is why it wasn't, I guess, to them an emergency at that time. But like I said, you can hear all about my emergency room story in day 2 of this series. I want to encourage you to tune into your body and not dismiss symptoms that seem unusual or out of the ordinary. It's better to be cautious and seek medical advice early. I know sometimes you don't want to go to the emergency room, like that 8-hour wait from time you triage to time you may or may not leave. It could be annoying, but at the same token, you want to make sure that everything is all right. Like there are so many illnesses and diseases and things that may not show like alarming symptoms right away. But like I said, you know your body best. You always want to pay attention to the things that's happening. Also, in addition, on my website, www.makeitfunnyc.com, I do have a blog that's accompanying this series. Now, the blog is subscription based only because the only places on social media where I'm sharing about my diagnosis specifically are on YouTube and on my blog. But like I said, my blog has a lot of content on it: jump rope, wellness, emotional, mental wellness. But everything concerning this PE is behind subscription base, which is $5 a month. Also, I want to invite you to check out days 1 and 2 of this series if you're kind of new to the page and you missed it, okay? I also post snippets of it in the reels. And I want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe for updates in the future videos. And I'm sorry I keep looking at my notes, but I don't want to cross over and go into something that's coming on later in the series. So spreading awareness is crucial, as many people don't associate, I actually want to leave you with this. Spreading awareness is crucial, as many people don't associate vague symptoms like fatigue or breathlessness with life-threatening conditions. Share this information with your loved ones. More people have blood clots than you think. I want to thank you for joining and supporting my journey. Like y'all, even talking, my lungs are still healing. So talking a lot, really, like I have to like kind of pace myself when I'm talking. So for the next installment of the Comeback Chronicles, we're going to go into what is pulmonary embolism. So this one, I'm going to be educating you a little bit more about what this is. And I just want to remind you about the importance of self-awareness and self-care. Self-awareness and self-care, self-awareness and self-care is very, very, very important. I want to reinforce the idea that education and advocacy, whether for yourself or others, can truly make the difference in catching serious health issues early. This is why I am sharing all of this with you, because like I never thought it could happen to me, and guess what? It happened. So thanks so much for tuning in. Also, don't forget to pick up my book, Jumping the Rope, Move Yourself and Manifest Your Success. Basically showing you how to get over the barriers that's stopping you from living out your dreams. A lot of times we have barriers such as anger, unforgiveness, and all of these other things that stop us. And the sooner we let it go or work through it, the more we're able to live the life that we want to manifest, that we want. So until next time, thank you. Bye.